Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for all the recent support. I've been getting 100 plus likes or views on the previous video and then 50 plus on the last one, even though I had to cut it short and it was a pretty fast video because I was busy. Today is not too bad. Hope everybody's ready for Halloween. I know I am, so I hope you enjoy. I'm testing this out. I'm not sure if I didn't go to locals after all last week with that build I showed you. Something came up and I wasn't able to go. But this is a new variant because I see of course, the graveyard is super heavy relied upon right now, and as impressive as Castura was, banishing cards is super essential right now. So let's hope you can see the new stuff. And as always, I hope you give this a thumbs up, like it, subscribe to the channel if you want to. I'm gonna try and upload every week, at least one video. But thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it. This is my little hobby, and let's go ahead and get into it. I gave it a pretty decent shovel. This is my first time test handing it, so you guys get to see it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. So yes, we are added in the runic cards, which is banishing everything. Because at this point, I want to control the board. I couldn't find any more room for hand traps. Fenrir was amazing. Don't get me wrong, I love Fenrir, but your opponent had to activate something first, then Fenrir gets banished. At least this right here, I can activate it right away, even during the standby phase with Pearly, so they can't fuse away into Noir, which is pretty nice. But let's go ahead. I use it either for the special or the destruction effect. So first things first, we'll go ahead and go Cornfield Quotal. And I do have the new Chimera Fusion coming in the mail. I just haven't gotten it yet, so that will go into the extra deck. So we'll go here, get a Mirror Sword Knight. Let's go ahead and why not? Fire Branded Fusion. We'll send Fallen of Albez, and let's go ahead and get a Mirror Sword Knight Engrave. I'm testing out my ratios, see how I want to do it right now. See right here, I think I want to add a Dragoon. I didn't add it in as much as I want to because I love Dragoon. But that's why, like I said, this is an experimental build right now. I have room to run just one Dragoon because right now I could just banish and automatically get Dragoon. And then I have full combo, which would be nice. So we'll go here, we'll banish Fallen of Albez. And how about this Mirror Sword? How about this Gazelle that I'm going to use? I could search anyway. So we'll go ahead and get Rembrandt and then effect to add the second cornfield. I might add the Dragoon in later on because I honestly didn't think about it till right now that Dragoon would still be amazing. Dragoon's hard to out right now. So then we could just tribute this off for Baphomet effect. We'll get this and a Gazelle again. We'll go ahead and fire off Chimera Fusion, fusing using these two. We already used Gazelle's effect. So it'll be chain 1, chain 2, Berfomet. Get back here, Sword Knight for the follow up. Set Runic Destruction. And set this. See, I don't mind skipping one battle phase because at this point I'm going to get so much more advantage than my opponent. I'm trying to make this a control deck where I saw my opponent when I had the last build. We'll go ahead and end phase, rip a card out, and turn. They would get their advantage. See, I just want to banish their resources so I can outgrind them. So during draw phase, that's what the runic cards are for, to just give them no way to keep up with my advantage. So effect of Perfumet, get this, and the final Gazelle. And then, I mean, the runic cards are nice too because the ones I'm running in the extra deck are beasts. So they give me just more fodder for Chimera Fusion that I didn't have, and I don't have to put them in the main deck, which is nice. So standby, main phase. Let's say they activate a spell, a field spell. We'll target the field spell. Your opponent controls, destroy it, then banish the top 4 cards of my opponent's deck. Okay, so they'll banish 4. And we got rid of them. Let's say Mandium. I hit the Mandium field spell, which would be beautiful to hit. We'll go ahead and no, not do that. First things first, get our negates in. So we would get 1 negate here. Let's say they get another one, second negate. Okay. So we've destroyed 1, negated 2, so that's 3 interruptions right there. 4th interruption could be this if you really wanted it to. That'd be 4. And then right here we could Chimera Fuse. Fuse using 1, 2, 3. So we would pop 2, draw 1, which is our 5th interruption. Pop 2, draw 1, and then we drew into a Fallen of Albaz. I also forgot to do my Albion end phase search, so I would have actually had this in my hand as well. There we go. Don't forget that, guys. Do not forget your searches. When I'm doing test hands and just messing around at home, I forget my freaking searches a lot. That's why I do it so much, and I focus on play testing a lot so I don't forget. So draw for turn. We drew into a super poly. See how much our opponent's set behind, and then we still have so much fodder already. So we can go standby main since I have super poly already. We could set the super poly, set the Chimera Fusion, activate Chimera Fusion engraved to get another one back. And we can't go to our battle phase this turn, so what we can do is go here, branded fusion, send the Fallen of Albaz from my hand, and we could dump. What do I want to dump right here? We could just do one of these right here. The Druid Yeah, I'm still running the Bestials. The whole point of this deck is my main 2 normal summons are Berfomet and Mirror Sword Knight. So we'll go Lubellion effect, discarding Total, shuffle back. We'll shuffle back. Let's go ahead and do Albion No, I already have a Berfam still. I'm running 3 Berfamet now because of this build, so we'll shuffle back this and Fallen of Albaz for the 1 Mirror Jade. Cutter tap, and then we'll go Chimera Fusion, fuse using these two because we can get a Magnum the reliever. And then Effective Gazelle to get a Mirror Sword Knight out of the deck. Here I could do Magnum the reliever effect. We could shuffle back one of these Chimera Fusions because Branded Fusion's pretty much used up. We can do a Chimera Fuse to draw into an Imperm, which is a beautiful set. So look at how much advantage we're already. We have a non-target banish. We've already wiped pretty much our opponent's entire board. We have a super poly set. We have the Chimera Fusion in case we need to go into another Guardian Chimera, and Infinite Impermanence, and then follow up. So as you can see, the runic cards can add just a little twist to it. Since I already have pretty much all the hand traps I can run, I think I'm running like 10 or 11. The runic cards just add another layer to the deck. And then instead of 3 Berfamet, I might just run the Light Hexil Fusion so I could just do the Dragoon plays because Dragoon non-targeting negate is amazing, or you can't target him, which is amazing right now in this format with Rescue Ace and everything running around. That's why I'm really liking this build. The Bestials just with Tier running around and a lot of graveyard focus. I can even hit this deck too, like banish their Berfamet so they don't have follow up, or banish their Mirror Swords Knight out of the grave when Berfamet tries to special attack. Just to have a bunch of different ways this deck can grind. So I'm just experimenting right now. The runic cards are an idea, and I hope they pay off. I might test it here. I'll try and go to the locals this week. I'm sorry I didn't go this last week. I was just so busy, and Halloween's just right around the corner, so my daughter's excited. So we've been super busy with that. But let's go. We did first, so let's do going second. This is kind of an okay hand. Let's say that we banish something out, banish something out of their graveyard. So standby main phase, we'll go ahead and do Codal to search a Mirror Sword Knight. So from here, we'll go. I would fire off Chimera Fusion, fuse using 1, 2, and then 1 on board. Just because the Druid Swarm is going to put in work. So since we're going second, special this. So this will be chain 1, chain 2, chain 1, Druid Swarm, chain 2, Claws, chain 3, Guardian Chimera. So Guardian Chimera will pop 1, draw 2. And then we'll go Druid Swarm to send a monster. And then search with Guardian Chimera. We'll just get another Cornfield Quotal for next turn. This right here is like if we cleared their back row, it's nice because then I can just go Runic Destruction, special this guy in the extra monster zone, tribute it off for Big Wing effect, get this, and Gazelle. And then go Chimera Fuse. Fuse using these two. So it'll be chain 1, chain 2 Gazelle or Baphomet to summon back Mirror Sword Knight. And then we will go ahead and activate this to bring it back. Set 2. And go ahead and pass turn during their draw phase. We get the advantage still. Search. I think we have one more, I'm sure. So we can just search this. And it looks like nothing else. So we'll just search that. And you can see, there you go. We just got another Guardian Chimera coming. See, I like it because not only could I have destroyed the back row right there and not summon that guy, but that's just more interruptions right there with the runic cards. Because I could have destroyed a back row that they still had to, possibly that would have interrupted me. Basically, the runic cards force them to, if they have hand traps in their hand, they got to use them, and then they're so far behind on card economy and card advantage. And I've already banished stuff off the top that hopefully they're getting stuff they can't use. The runic cards add a little bit of a different layer. I like it. It's cool. I'm going to just play test a lot with it so I get used to it, make sure I play it correctly. I don't know if playing 3 Baphomet is the right call. I just thought, okay, because there's ways to special with the runic cards. The Baphomet just turns on my Chimera plays if I have a dead hand. I'm not running Fenrir anymore, like I said earlier. So let's go ahead and try it again. I guess we can say we're going second again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we would have dropped these two during their turn. Then we would go Super Poly. Let's just Super Poly away their board for Garua. Branded Fusion will send Gazelle and where are you? Second Fallen of Albez. There we go. So second for Rembrandt, effective Gazelle. Quotable search Mirror Sword Knight. Normal to Mirror Sword Knight effect. Get Baphomet search. These two. Chimera Fuse. Fuse using these two. 4 the boy. And then chain 1, chain 2 Baphomet special. And then add this back. And just so I can get more card draw. I can't do that. I can't. I would just set this because we can't add any more. Swing for, well, let's say we did clear their board. So let's say, what, 19, 3,000, that's 49. That's 67,000. Right there's the exact game if we cleared their board. And then we have this to go into a Draco Stapelia next turn to give us a draw as well, which would be Runic Curses, which is nice because I can target effect monster and negate its effects. But I already would have OTK'd them, and then I had the Mirror Sword Knight for follow-up as well. So it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Because Super Poly clear their board. Garura doing double the damage. Alright, let's do it going first hand again. But yeah, guys, I might post a video later on in the week, maybe Thursday or Friday before locals, and show you it with Dragoon in the main deck. Or the light hex sealed in the main deck, just to go into Dragoon, just to add an extra layer of annoyance to the deck. Alright, let's shuffle it up. One more, and then I think we're done for the day, guys. Thank you so much again if you were watching it and you made it this far in. I know it's a longer video, 20 minutes, quite a bit of time, but thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. This is my hobby, so I do appreciate the views. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this isn't too great of a hand. Let's go ahead and do I want to just risk the Mere Sword Knight, or do I just go into a normal summon? I'm going to play it safe and do the normal summon effect to get the Chimera Fusion. Just because I want to have some sort of interruption on my opponent's turn. I mean, I could go for the Mere Sword Knight, and it would give me more advantage. Do I want to do the Mirror Sword Knight? Let's just say our opponent doesn't have any interruption. Let's just do that. So yeah, we'll do it so you can see the combo. So Mirror Sword Knight effect, tribute himself to get Berfomet. Berfomet effect, add this and the second copy of Gazelle. Wherever it is, there it is. So then we can, of course, do the whole Chimera Fusion plays. Fuse using these two into the boy. So chain 1, chain 2 Berfomet, chain 3 Gazelle to search. I really didn't get many hand traps in these hands, which is surprising, considering I run so many. It's annoying, but it is what it is. So effect, add that back, set 2, and then go ahead and, oh yeah, Berfomet would have summoned this back. There we go. And pass turn, of course, during draw, we'll do effect. We'll just add this, so speed it up. And if I see a Gazelle, I'll add that real quick too. There we go. Effect. Add the final copy of Gazelle. And then we're off to the races. So then let's say our opponent starts doing stuff. Negate. Let's go ahead and Super Poly, discarding this. That's 2 interruptions. Well, 1 interruption of board wipe. That's 2. And then we could go 3. Fuse using this 2, 3. So we will pop 2 and draw 2 because of Garura. So pop 2, draw 1. That'll be chain 1. Chain 2, Berfomet. Just special this. And then chain 3, Garura. Draw. Freezing Runic Destruction. So then pop 2, draw 1. Chimera Fusion, which is nice. That would give me a Dragoon next turn. So that's our fourth interruption for the most part. Let's say they go to battle, kill this, and then end turn, draw a quotal. Okay. So then we could fire off a branded fusion. We'll send the Fallen of Albez. And we don't have any more gazelles in hand, so why not just send the gazelle from hand as well? We use 2 monsters from our hand, so that's nice. So we'll go into Rembrum. And then effect of Chimera Fusion, since Chimera, the flying mythical beast, is in. We could do Chimera Fusion. Do I want to do that? No. First things first, I want to do Runic Destruction Special. There we go. And then we will do Chimera Fuse using Cornfield Caudal on this. See, that's why I like it. It gives me an extra for Magnum, the reliever. Magnum effect. We will shuffle back I do have a branded fusion that's live, so we'll shuffle back a branded fusion to draw. And then we drew into a third Chimera Fusion. So we can set 2 Chimera Fusions, and then we don't get our battle phase. Nope. My knee just popped hella bad. Alright, but yeah, you can see right there we have a Guardian Chimera follow-up as well. So we have a pop and negate. We can bounce this back if we need to, or just leave it on board. Bounce theirs. We'll go for purposes Guardian Chimera Fuse first. First things first before we do Guardian Chimera. We'll use Magnum's effect. Banishing this Chimera Fusion. Pop a card. Then do this. Fuse using 1, 2, 1 in hand. 4. Guardian Chimera. Chain 1, chain 2, Gazelle. Gazelle will search me the last Baphomet, just because I really don't have any targets at this point for Baphomet. It's just fodder. So pop 2, draw 1. Perfect. And then negate. And then we could even, if we had to, Chimera Fuse, since it's used up. Fuse using these 2. A fusion and a dark to get us another interrupt. And yeah, there you go. And then end turn, Quotals in hand. At this point, I could just send Quotal to deck thin to get Mirror Sword Knight, because we really don't have anything else. Activate Chimera Fusion Engrave. Add it back. And then set and pass. Let's ash something. Bounce, negate. Don't really have anything else. So we will end turn, draw. Runic flashing fire, and then pretty much game from here. Alright guys, that was it. Thank you so much for making it to this 30-minute video. I appreciate it, guys. Give me lots of views. That would be amazing, and I'll keep trying to put out more content. I'm trying to get better at it, guys, as much as I can. I'm sorry if I'm boring a little bit, but I do my best. Alright guys, thank you so much. Have a good day. Enjoy your guys' Halloween.